So the Steam Next Fest is finally coming to a close, and there was plenty amounts of great demos that have come out this past week. And honestly, in today's episode, I want to talk about a recent demo that came out of Steam Next Fest that was published by Ubisoft and as well as developed by Screen Juice called Morbid Metal. Now, this is a brand new action roguelike game that is very sci-fi and it's fun. It's like the entire combat of this is entirely fun. So I really want to just kind of like showcase the overall gameplay of what you'd expect. That's all you could really like do. Right now there's like no story. You can kind of piece something together, but overall this is just an outright combat demo. So let's hop in, let's check it out live for you guys and see what Ubisoft can pull from their ass for when it comes to some of the games. So overall, game's not bad. The game's overall like really fun. I've already beat the demo as is. So this is essentially how you start your runs. And all right, just saying right now, the visuals are absolutely crazy. I love the visuals of this. I love this sci-fi kind of vibe for a lot of games, and I love when devs like kind of reinterpret it in many different ways. But you come over here to your base station at this given area, you start your iteration. That's this game's way of saying their runs. And of course, as you see, this is my iteration number 2 since I already played it. This demo lasts for about roughly 20 minutes. So I just kind of want to run through another run with you guys and just kind of talk about my current thoughts on this. And the movement feels like Warframe's movement, like being able to like zip and zoom, but starting off combat. But yeah, the overall combat is actually pretty fun. It's very fast, very fluid. Oh, and it's also very reaction based. And of course, we get to the roguelike parts of it where you can actually upgrade your character over time. This time, I will probably continue doing lifesteal for this one. And you run over, and there's a little bit of platforming as well. But the roguelike system is probably like it's like anything. Double jump, but like you can see kind of like how the movement it really is when it comes to this game. Now, one you made to keep in mind is about the overall characters you can play as. So you see that I'm playing this elegant, very fluid, very fast-paced character. But if you want, you can actually change into a more bruiser style. Oh, there we go. Change to this more bruiser style guy that is a lot slower, but he hits harder. And what's fun is you can actually change into all of them entirely. You can cast different spells, not spells, more like attacks and stuff. Done. Oop. And the soundtrack's fun too. Oh, just that riffs going into the background. And we can continue going with the save. Now, what's actually pretty cool is that all of the stuff from my iteration 1 save file is actually carried over. So it's just basic runs repeating. Of course, you can heal over time. But you just keep moving forward, man. Throughout the runs, you would get like a lot more bonuses, and there's actually some cases where we actually get like bad bonuses as well, making the game a little bit harder. But it's very reaction based. Oh, with the dodge on her, swap, bring him down. There we go. Combat feels nice as well. Ooh. Oh, I'm on your ass, boy. Damn. And what's actually also pretty cool is like you can definitely tell this game really focuses on combat. you can really tell they're focused on combat, because if you notice in the top right hand corner, there is actually a grade system per combat. So depending on everything you do, the higher the grades you get, the more points you get, which will definitely help you out later in the run. But overall, other than that, it is just a simple combat demo. The game looks great. I have a feeling this was actually made with Unity, which has kind of been a minute for like in today's world of games that were I haven't seen much Unity based games recently. I don't know, I could be just not paying attention, but with the wake of like Unreal Engine 5 taking over like as like the next almost AAA experience for most companies, and as we know, most games are using Unreal Engine, and Unreal Engine is not the most bitch. There we go. Blasted a hole right through that motherfucker. Damn. Get juggled. But yeah, Unreal Engine 5 is not really a... It's filled with bugs. Like almost every Unreal Engine 5 game I've played has some form of bugs or problems inside of it. So it's like I said, it's been a minute since I looked at a game that was built from Unity, but then again, I felt like even with this game, it looks great. But yeah, that was one of the bonuses that you get just by doing like a little bit of exploration. And of course, when you beat a run, you're just gonna go through one of these doors, and any of these doors will take you to the next area. And if you notice throughout that, I was swapping in and out between different characters, just swapping out their play styles, stuff like that.
Trust this is necessary. You will thank me.
But it's definitely a demo. We have no clue story. Like I said, we have zero clue story, so it's nice. It's just overall combat. The soundtrack is actually pretty fun too. Fits the way of the game works. Oh my god. But you want to kind of not get hit, because I feel like when getting hit definitely drops your score overall. And like this game kind of feels like if his Warframe was a roguelike. Now, one thing I would say, I would definitely hope with the... Ooh. Hoping to get better biomes overall when it comes to the different iteration. Oh, that Devil May Cry style fighting as well with the scoring system. Like, come on, man, this is kind of hard, dog. The perfect knot. Oh, you gotta just kind of keep yourself on the toe, watch out for the counters, and you really get this fast-paced, like, Zen state flow to it. And that gave me an S ×5. I didn't get hit for half that entire time. Whew. And then of course that upgrades me. I don't really know what we use the currency for. Haven't really seen anything regarding that. And that right there, I made it to the end of the run. And once you see that big statue, this is the end of the run. So like I said, this game, like I said, I actually got really lucky. I got to the end of it pretty quickly. I got it to it quicker than my last run. I think this recording was only 10 minutes. But this overall gets the point of what Morbid Metal is. Actually, I got a way better score than I did last time. I got a B rank. This one gave me a triple S because I'm him. I'm that guy. I'm that dude. But overall, this is Morbid Metal. This is Ubisoft's published copied Screen Juice. This is their dev. Steam's Next Fest has been great. I played only, sadly, I only got to play 2 games, maybe a couple other games with my friends, but for the channel I was only able to cover at least 2, so hopefully by the time this come out you could be able to wish list more Morbid Metal. Hopefully the full game gets a much, there's a lot more to go with it, there's a lot more story, but this is just getting the overall, the real hook, meat and potatoes of what Morbid Metal is all about. Yeah, this goes back to what really truly Morbid Metal is all about as a game in itself, and it's actually pretty fun. I don't have any issues with this. It is fun. I'm really enjoying all of these action-based games. But my final thoughts in fact this entire demo was very short. I beat the demo in 20 minutes. This time I beat it in about 10. But there's not too much to truly talk about it. But like I said, Screen Juice, the dev team, definitely truly hit that roguelike genre like running, because overall it's very fun, right? It is fun. I enjoy my time with it, and overall I like watching new dev teams take a crack at the roguelike genre as a whole. And with the current state of matters for Ubisoft as a overall dev team themselves and as is publishing, they need help big time. AC Shadows, there's a couple other things that is not looking too good for it as well. So X Defiant, stuff like that. Like, Ubisoft needs to kind of turn around and refocus back on what made gamers actually really like them. I feel like this game will be a nice small step in the right direction. But overall, I feel like this game, definitely deserves some people who are fans of action or roguelikes should definitely track this out. This is fun. So I definitely highly recommend checking it out. Hopefully when the game fully comes out, you can get a hold of it. But at this point, the overall game will be over. But other than that, I want you all to let me know what you think about it. What games are similar to this that you enjoyed? There is also Imperial that had a demo out as well that was very similar. So I just need to know what you guys thought in the comment. What games did you play on Steam Next Fest? Let me know. But other than that, stay safe out there. It's been your host, Chaos DTV, signing out. Peace.